Hello everybody. And so, a while back, not too long ago, I made a video about my Skittles shrimp tank, and I talked about what happened, or what happens when you mix different colors of cherry shrimp, aka Neocaridinia. And the video's been pretty popular, but I think I could have done a little bit better job explaining it. So this is my 40-gallon Skittles tank, and for me it is a coal tank. Which means I have all these different lines of shrimp, and the ones who are not quite good enough to be in the line, they end up in here. And so they all end up in here, and then they all breed together and they make all kinds of wild, crazy babies that you don't. I got, see, all my shrimp lines, I have blue jellies, orange sakuras, blue dreams, green jades, fire reds, and bloody marys. And at one point, how I began, see, look at this one with the red dot on his head. That's pretty cool. How I began this tank was I used to have a black rose line, and actually I do. And it's, you know, I keep them in here, and there's still a lot of good black shrimp, but I got them as imports, and so they didn't breed really true at all, and they were really difficult. I fell behind, and it just, no matter how much I culled, it didn't get any better. But one of the times I culled out that shrimp tank, I picked out like 20, 30 blues. They throw a really dark blue shrimp, kind of like that. And so what I did is I put them in here. I was like, alright. I had guppies in here at the time, I think. I was like, I'll just throw some of these blue ones in here and see what happens. So, and I let them go like that for probably a year or two, and there are tons and tons and loads of crazy blue and black and reallys and all kinds of crazy colors. And whenever I'd start a new guppy tank or whatever, and I wanted to put shrimp in there, that's what happened. That's where I got the shrimp out of this tank. So I still have a lot of tanks that still have mainly black and blue and wilds is pretty much what they throw when you put them all together. So that is the base of this colony, and there's probably like 500 shrimp in here then. And at the time when I culled my other shrimp tanks, I just thrown them in my guppy pond, and the guppy pond gets all kinds of crazy meds in there, and the shrimps don't really thrive in there like they could. Look at this one. That one's pretty cool. Look at the eyes on that one. It's like one of the Neocaridinia orange-eyed tiger things up under. He's probably blind, I bet. But anyway, back to my story. So then I decided I think it'd be pretty cool to start throwing all my cull shrimp in one tank. And so I don't even think it's been a year ago. I think it was sometime last spring, so probably like 8, 9, 10 months ago. I started throwing all my culls in here just to see what would happen. And this is what has happened. Get over here. They're all back in here too. There's shrimp everywhere. Shrimp in the plants. So in the end, even though these were all started off as culls, they're still pretty good shrimp because I got pretty good shrimp lines, I believe. And so even my culls are pretty decent. But I mean, most people say you're just gonna get crazy wilds like, look at that thing. But I appreciate that. I think they're pretty cool shrimp, even though they are wilds like that. And like these green ones that kind of look really bad in the green jade tank because they stick out. But when you get up close and you can appreciate them like this, I think they're pretty cool. Cause every shrimp in here is pretty unique. Now there's a lot of red males because my huge red colony, the males that when I have to call, it's almost always the males. And so that's how I end up with so many red males in here, but because that's my biggest colony, and it's always the males that are lower quality. And then we got all these guys in the moss. But what is going to end up happening is you get a lower quality, but you don't always just get crazy wilds. Some of these shrimp are really good. Like there's a carbon really chilling out with a green jade and a red shrimp and a yellow shrimp and a wild shrimp and a blue shrimp, all in one big happy pile, all doing super good. Yeah, you do get some wilds. Is that a dead one? I think it might be, which I guess is normal when you have so many shrimp in here. And they're still breeding because, oh, where'd it go? I just seen a little baby swimming around, but I missed it. When I get in these big piles, I think they fight each other sometimes. It's talking about them getting along. But that's, so you end up with lower quality but different varieties. So you're not going to get really good quality over time. But you do get, I mean, I don't think none of these shrimp are just plain Jane ugly. They all have some kind of cool factor to them, I think. That's my opinion anyway. So this is what happens when you throw all these different kinds of shrimp the picture speaks for itself. And especially I think having the black rose blue coals as the base really makes it interesting, because black roses and their coals, they throw all kinds of wild stuff. And then I've also, over the course of the last 2 or 3 months, I've probably sold 500 shrimp out of here. So there's way less than there was, but that's alright, because I still got plenty. There's a interesting looking guy right there. Where'd you go? But yeah, my Skittles coal tank. So the first video I made about this tank was a pretty big hit, so I thought maybe people would like to see an update of it. I just done a whole bunch more calling. Look at that thing. These green jades in here, I put a bunch of them in here just last weekend. And they're pretty cool in here, I think. And let's see, there's a buried one that's orange. So they're breeding with each other, doing their shrimp thing. All the way back to there. And the moss and the plants. Pretty cool stuff. So, this is my Skittles coal tank. Thank you all for watching. Bye.